Today I wanted to come on here and share with you two of the most important things that I've found that we have to realize on this spiritual path in order to open ourselves up to a greater recognition of our true nature. Because to understand things the way they truly are, we have to lose belief in things that are not true. When we come onto this path, we are so full of beliefs about who I am and what life is. And these beliefs are the fullness which keep us contracted into a limited point of view from where truth, the truth of things, the truth of the way things are, is not, we're not receptive to that. We don't have the capacity to understand that. Perhaps you have heard that in some spiritual teachings where they say that your cup is too full and you have to empty. You have to empty, empty, empty. Because emptiness makes way for understanding to naturally come into your experience. So what are these two things? So I found these two things to be the greatest obstacles, that which keeps us tied to the illusion, but also they are at the same time two of the greatest solutions. You know, it's funny how the obstacle is also the greatest opportunity and solution. You may have noticed that on the spiritual path many times. So the first thing is, we have to start to grow in the conviction that I am not this person. Certainly I appear to be the person, and certainly this feels so real, this feels like what I am. But through all the inconsistencies of life, through all the contradictions, through all the change that this person goes through, and how personal identity just doesn't create any happiness and fulfillment and wisdom in life. It doesn't allow us to act rightly. It doesn't allow us to think, feel, and act in a way that creates harmony in life. Through noticing all that over time, that personal identity and belief in it brings only pain and suffering. We have to start to grow in the realization, the inclination that I'm not this individual person. Certainly that is what I appear to be, but my true identity cannot be this. You may have heard many teachers say many times, and the more I mature in my meditation practice, the more I find this to be true, that the greatest impediment to self-knowledge, self-realization is this strong conviction that I am the body. And body identity, it is a limited point of view. It is a total veil which blocks all deeper knowledge. So by noticing all the change of the person, how there's no stability in anything personal, like we all witness our bodies go through so many changes. The version of the body that I'm currently experiencing is not the version of the body that I used to experience, and this version of the body will also pass. Is passing every moment, changing every moment. This cannot be my true identity, that which I feel as myself. And same with the subtler components of the person, which is the mind. There's no stability in emotions. There's no stability in thoughts. There's no stability in even the personality on behalf of which I think. All of our thoughts have a reference point, an idea of ourselves as whom we think. Even that self-image, basically, which is our idea of who we are, even that self-image is so changeful. There's no stability in how we even conceive ourselves to be. Even what we believe ourselves to be constantly changes. Our personality all constantly changes. But there is a sense of myself which does not change here. And that is a reflection of something much more truer. That is a reflection of our true identity, true self. And so this is the first thing. We have to start growing in the conviction that I am not the body. As much as it may appear that I am the body, I am the person. And of course, we're going to have to play that role. We have to know that, hey, there's something greater at play here. I am something much different than this. I'm something much truer than this. And so, what is the second thing that we have to grow in the realization of. So the second thing is we have to start to come to the recognition that all experience is ultimately illusory. This is the hard one for people because, and they say, but how can you tell me my experience is unreal? But because we're so attached to the world. We're so attached to our belief about the world being so solid and rigid and real and more real than even me. Because I die, but then the world stays. We have to start to see that everything, all the objects of the sense perceptions, which is what is the world. There's no world apart from the sense perceptions, along with our experience of the body, along with the experience of the mind. Everything we can call experience has no stability. I'm not saying it's not experienceable, and I'm not saying that it doesn't appear to be real. Of course, that is the definition of an illusion. It appears to be real, but it is not. So everything as it is appearing is not true. Experience has no stability. It has no reality because it changes. Why did the Buddha, one of his main teachings was to observe this main characteristic of experience? He said, you have to observe impermanence. You have to observe the transiency of all experience. Why? Because it is only by observing transiency, observing that there is absolutely no truth, no reality in anything that comes and goes, do we begin to grow in the recognition that our experience, the way we conceive it to be, the way we perceive it to be, is not true. That all of this is sort of like a projection, an appearance, rather than truth, reality. You see, once we stop giving reality to the world, to the person, we start understanding what's actually real. This is the whole process of self-inquiry. This is meditation. Discerning between what is true and what is not. Discerning between what I am and what I am not. And clearly I am not this changeful world. Clearly I am not this changeful body. Clearly I am not this changeful mind. Even this experience of speaking and listening and doing this or that, this is not what I am. This is what is appearing, but this is not what I am. This is not what is. So those are the two things. We have to outgrow our conviction that experience is real and solid and true. We come to that through observing its impermanence. We come to that through observing impermanence in anything we can possibly know. Anything we can touch, taste, feel, see, hear, anything we can think, sense. None of it is true. None of it is lasting. It all passes. And when it passes, it no longer exists. And, that includes the person. So the second thing is we have to outgrow body identification. We have to outgrow personal identity. And we do that also by recognizing that there's something that does feel continuous and true and self, but that is not the body. That is not the mind. That the body and mind are also a changeful experience appearing. It's not that we have to believe this. We have to observe it. We have to discern. That's the meditation practice. We have to discern and we have to hold on to that which is changeless. Quote unquote, hold on. Holding on to the changeless turns into being the changeless. And then our belief in appearances just starts to diminish. The whole egoic structure begins to crumble. And we start to grow in the recognition and understanding of what truly is, who I truly am, or in other words, what I truly am. Yeah, I hope that's becoming clear. You'll just see that your whole practice will become so much easier once you relax your grip on the world, your sense of realness that you give to the world, and also once you start relaxing away from personal concern about past, future, constantly me. When your whole world revolves around just this personal identity, you're limited, you're contracted. Only by learning to outgrow personal beliefs and the whole personal identity do we really open ourselves up to knowledge, true knowledge, not worldly knowledge, wisdom. So that's, my friend, that's why we emphasize the meditation practice so much on this channel. Constantly, everything is about self-inquiry meditation, because it's just a discernment between what is true and what is not. That is our path here. So if you need help with that, check out the resources below. We have a free mini course on self-inquiry. I have a free community you can join as well. Join us over there to maybe, ask any questions you may have and interact with other people who are also practicing this. And if you need greater help from me, then check out also my self-inquiry course. It's called Self-Inquiry School. It's a 10-week course on self-inquiry, which will take you deeper into these realizations for yourself. So thank you for watching. I hope it was of help to you. I'll see you next time. Bye.